We currently prioritize frictionless data entry, operating on the assumption that the faster we get information onto a screen, the more productive we've become. The tools are certainly capable of it. An average typist can hammer out 80 words a minute, generating pages of digital text almost as fast as they can hear it spoken. But capturing information and retaining it are two different processes. While our digital output has soared, our ability to recall the details of that data has seen a measurable decline. We often blame a global deficit in attention, assuming our focus has simply withered in the digital age. The evidence suggests otherwise. Our speed-optimized keyboards and touchscreens act as neurological shortcuts, bypassing the brain's internal encoding process. Neuroscience reveals a persistent correlation. As we remove physical friction from the act of recording, we also reduce the brain's ability to anchor that information in long-term memory. To fix this retention gap, we have to recognize that biological slowness is not a failure of the system, it is a requirement for learning. Tapping a key is a singular, repetitive motion. In contrast, pushing a pen across paper requires navigating literal physical resistance to form every character. This animated diagram of a brain illustrates the result of that lack of effort. Because typing is so mechanically simple, it generates minimal, localized activity within a few small nodes. Handwriting, however, demands a complex sequence of motor planning to shape letters and visual recognition to track the movement of the pen in real time. EEG data proves that this physical complexity spikes connectivity. It forces disparate regions across both hemispheres to link up, creating a dense neural network. Handwriting functions as a full brain orchestration, shifting the mind from a state of passive recording to a state of high-intensity engagement. Moving from biology to mechanics, handwriting introduces a hard physical speed limit that fundamentally changes how we process information. When we type, we are fast enough to act as human stenographers, transcribing every word verbatim without ever having to think about the meaning. The slow speed of a pen creates a translation bottleneck. Because you cannot record all of this incoming data at once, your brain is forced to adapt. To keep up, the mind must instantly prioritize the most vital points and summarize them into your own words before you can write them down. This active synthesis requires a significantly higher level of cognitive effort than the passive transcription we use at a keyboard. Slowing down to translate thoughts through this physical bottleneck is the exact mechanism the brain uses to encode deep, permanent memory. Optimizing your cognitive performance requires matching the right tool to the specific goal of the moment. You should use keyboards when the primary objective is speed, high-volume output, or when a project requires extensive digital revision. However, when the goal is to learn a complex new subject or memorize facts for the long term, the pen is the more effective tool. Reaching for a pen means you are choosing to embrace the friction. You are intentionally making the task harder to ensure your brain records the information with much higher fidelity. In an era defined by instant digital offloading, the physical act of handwriting remains the most powerful translator between a passing thought and a permanent memory.